Getting accommodation in Canada is hard, especially with the requirements to come here. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video has been pending. Like, everybody has been on my case ever since I came here. By the way, I'm in Canada right now. For those who don't know, your girl has changed her location. Today I'm going to be answering the questions that people have been asking me. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I will answer every question I can, and if it's getting too long, I'm going to have a part 2. Okay, so let's get to it. The first question is, did I come here with a study or work visa? I came here to study, actually. I graduated in 2021 with a mechanical engineering degree, so I came here for my postgraduate studies. How long did your process take? My process took about 3 months and 2 weeks. That is from the time I submitted my application to the time I was called to drop my passport. But as of the time I dropped my passport, it took an extra 2 weeks for them to stamp my passport and return it back to me. So that was a sum total of 4 months to get my visa and for the total processing. There are things I'm going to explain to everyone to help with speeding up your visa process. That's in subsequent videos I'm going to make, because I can't put everything in one video. So I'm going to make a video on the things you should know before applying for your Canadian student visa. What am I studying? So yeah, this is the question a lot of people have been asking. I'm studying advanced project management and strategic leadership. I decided to do my postgraduate diploma instead of a master's degree because as of the time I was selecting schools, I was still trying to pick what I wanted to master in, and I wasn't so sure. But now I'm sure. So I'm thinking of doing my master's later. That's if I'm still in the mood to do it. But more details on this will be in the things you need to know before applying to school in Canada. There's going to be another video. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. My postgraduate diploma in advanced project management and strategic leadership. Now to the school I'm in, because a lot of people have been asking, what school are you in? What school are you in? I'm in Lambton College, Toronto. That's where I'm schooling. I am doing my PGD there. Could you list the steps required to move out of the country through the route you used? Well, you first of all decide what you want to do. Do you want to do a master's degree? Do you want to do a postgraduate diploma? You first of all make that decision. I'm going to explain to you the difference between the postgraduate diploma and the master's degree in subsequent videos. I'm sure you guys are just tired. Subsequent videos. This is your cue to subscribe to my channel because you definitely need to know all this information. So I first of all got the course I was doing. I knew what I wanted to do, the master's or the postgraduate diploma. Then next I applied to the school. I looked through the schools. I checked some certain requirements because it's not every school you should apply to, and I will teach you in subsequent videos. Then after you do that, you get the school, you apply. When you get accepted into the school, you get your admission letter. That is when you would now start your visa process, because you cannot apply for a visa if you don't have admission in any school. So when you get your visa process started and you get your visa, then you would book your flight ticket and you travel. That's literally the simplest way to explain it. I want to know the cost, how much it costs. Let me start the whole process and saving up. Sorry, I didn't really understand the question, but I get the point. Like I get what you're trying to say. The breakdown of everything for me. I first of all paid for my admission fee. After paying for my admission fee, because I used an agent, I paid the agency fee. After paying the agency fee, they started the process for my visa application. But one thing you need to know is that for your visa application, you also need to provide proof of funds for the embassy. The general proof of funds on IRCC website is actually 10,000 Canadian dollars. But people just feel like, oh, because it's 10,000 Canadian dollars, you should just put 10,000 Canadian dollars in your account. That's not how it works. You have to first of all understand that 10,000 is for your cost of living. So by the time I had gotten my admission, I paid my deposits because they will ask you for a deposit to keep your slots. Then after paying your deposit, whatever balance you have after paying your deposit plus that 10,000 Canadian dollars plus a little bit extra is your proof of funds. For instance, this is me going to answer a question with this question. Someone asked me how much I spent for my process, like for my school. My school fees per year is 15,600. It's actually 16,600, but they gave me a $1,000 like scholarship. So I paid a deposit initially of about 7,000, about 8,000 Canadian dollars. So I had a balance of 7,600 Canadian dollars. So my proof of funds was 10,000 Canadian dollars, which is the required amount to live in Canada according to IRCC immigration the website, plus my balance of $7,600 plus extra. That's my proof of funds. But me, because I wanted to stay on the safe side, I just used 12 million naira as my proof of funds. Most people make this mistake of just getting an account, putting money inside and saying, oh, that's your proof of funds. You have to make sure that that account is something that you frequently use. So it was my dad that provided the proof of funds for me, and it's his account, it's his business account. So money was still entering and leaving the account. So it wasn't just an account where you just carry 12 million and you throw 12 million into the account and expect that they will not know that that account was not. Imagine putting an empty account that didn't have money and you just throw 12 million naira inside and you print it out and say that that's your proof of funds. They will know that that money wasn't there. How come? It's called a lump sum. Seeing a huge amount of money just enter your account without explaining how that money entered your account. When people have been reaching out to me, this is something that I've been trying to explain to them because it's really in-depth. For instance, imagine you are into the sales of cars, or your father, your mother is into the sales of cars, and a sum of maybe 12 million or 15 million entered their account, a lump sum. It's called a lump sum, like I said before. You can explain to the embassy that, okay, for instance, if they sold cars, you can say maybe they sold 2 cars and that is how 15 million entered their accounts, because that time you can explain where that money came from. But if it's an account where, like, all of a sudden somebody just sent 15 million and is in your account and you're saying is your proof of funds, the immigration officers are very intelligent. They would know when the money is not your money. So you have to be very careful with that. Anything that you didn't understand in this video, please let me know in the comment section so I would explain to you further. So after paying, like doing your whole proof of funds, after that you're going to wait for your visa. If you're using an agent, your agent's fee, at least the agent I used, I paid everything, and I got the money covers my biometrics, my medical, everything is inside like that application. Like everything is inside, like it covers everything I'm doing except my travel, like my flight ticket money. By the time I got my visa, I paid for my flight ticket, which cost about 1.2 million, because I got my visa the week of my resumption. So I actually bought my ticket in faith. Let me not even lie to you guys. No, I didn't know when my visa would return back to me, but I just estimated because I knew people had a trend. There was this trend of 2 weeks. So I just assumed that, okay, 2 weeks, let me add some extra days on top. Then my visa should arrive around this week. So that's how I bought my ticket. So they didn't really tell me the particular day. They will give you a range, but it's not up to you. And if I had decided to wait till my visa comes, only God knows how much I would have paid for the ticket, because I bought mine in January and the tickets were really expensive. So 1.2 was already a lot for me, not to talk of not buying it the week of my flights. I was seeing tickets of 4 million naira. It was bad. Which school would you recommend for masters and which province? It all depends on your pocket, because some schools, when it comes to postgraduate diploma and master's degree, all depends on your personal preference. In Canada, like for instance, this country, unlike our country, they don't really care so much about your master's degree. That's one thing I need people to understand. People, you can actually get a very good job without a master's degree as long as you know what you're doing and they know you know what you're doing. So it's not just by having a master's degree and not being able to back it up. Most people even have a master's degree in the educational field or they're doing research. So all depends on where you know you are going, what you want to do in your life. I know right now I want to be a project manager. I want to work for different companies. So doing a master's degree is something I will consider later. Initially, I was like, oh my god, I want to do a master's degree. Funny enough, what I'm paying itself, some people are paying, that's their master's degree fee. But I really don't mind, like, because I know where I want to be. So it all depends on you knowing where you want to be and what you want to do with your life. But if you want a cheaper alternative, I'll say go for a postgraduate diploma. It's most times cheaper than a master's degree, because if you're just all about, oh, I want to just leave Nigeria and study, you can do a postgraduate diploma. But there are like cheaper schools than my school, and I can link you up with the agents that can help you with your process. Can someone with a WAEC result only apply for a certificate course in Canada? Yeah, but you won't even do a postgraduate diploma. You probably do a post-secondary program, because that's the farthest you can do. You don't have the right credentials to do a master's degree, obviously. So someone with a certificate result can apply for a post-secondary diploma. There's postgraduate and there's post-secondary. So I just felt the need to clear the air. Are you running a master's degree program, and how much is your accommodation? You all know that I have answered the question on what I'm studying and where I'm studying. But in terms of accommodation, I am currently living in a shared apartment. Another thing people don't understand is that getting accommodation in Canada is hard, especially with the requirements to come here. Like, to get accommodation, before I got here, I was already checking. Most of them were saying they want 3 months bank statement, they want my credit score, they want to check my credit score report and the rest. I don't have all of that. I am literally just coming to your country. So the best bet is you getting an apartment in school. But because of my campus, the campus I'm in for my own college, I'm not in the main campus, which is in Sarnia. I'm in Toronto, and Toronto doesn't have like accommodation provided for students. So I am renting outside, like off campus. Luckily, my school is 8 minutes walk from my house, and I pay about $1,000 Canadian dollars a month, because it's a shared apartment. So I have my room, but it's like an apartment with other people. So yeah, but cost of feeding is about 200 and maybe 250 max. That's for feeding. And we have transportation costs, because you have to put money in your Presto card, which you use for the public transport. So let me just say, have a rough estimate of like 1,500 a month. That's if you want to be okay, like comfortable. But some people find apartments where they even share rooms. There are shared rooms where you sleep with a stranger, but I'm not going to do that. And I'm even sharing with people that are my friends, so I'm not even like, I don't have a problem. You're going to see my housemate very soon. Her name is Noye, and she's amazing. She's a sweetheart. Someone said, when should I start my applications and processing my visa for flight, and how early? Start as early as possible. You should, if you're even watching this video, start as you're watching my video, because if you, especially for master's degree, most of the master's degree slots for September are even closed, meaning that if you're applying now, you're probably applying for next year. If you want to do a postgraduate diploma, you still have time to apply, but just make sure you apply, like maybe you start applying for your admission, at least get admission like 7 months before you travel. Then give yourself an extra like 5 months before your school resumption to have started your visa application, your visa processing, because sometimes it takes a long time. I know someone that has like 7 months, that waited for 7 months. There are some things you should also know while applying for your visa. Could hasten your process, and when you get a feedback from the embassy, which I'm going to share in my other videos. Like I said, I don't want this video to be too long. Did you use an agency for your school processing and admission? Yes, I used an agent for my visa processing. The name of my agency I used is Maple Education Inc. Incorporated. I'm going to put their link to their the link to their Google business card thingy in my description box. And the person that my boyfriend used, because I don't know if I said this earlier, but my boyfriend and I came to Canada together, and he had an agent too he used. My agent cost me about, I paid 1.2 million naira for my contract with my agent, but he paid about 800k. The good part is if you use his agent, you get 10% discount. Just tell them that you're from Chisom and they'll give you 10% discount on your consultation and visa processing. So just let them know, go to them and tell them you're from Chisom and you get 10% discount on your visa processing. So yeah, that's the person that my boyfriend used. But for mine cost me like 1.2 million. His took about 800,000, which I feel like is more affordable. So all depends on what your pocket can carry. But don't forget that if you don't tell them that you're from me, you might not get the discount, because the discount is coming from me. So yeah, bye guys, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope I've been able to help you and clarify some things. And if you have further questions, please do not hesitate to let me know. I would definitely love to answer all your questions. Don't forget to subscribe and give my video a thumbs up. Bye.